Yes, guys, it's my hope that you're all doing fantastic. I want just to dive straight into the chart work and share my thoughts behind this trade, which is Audusd, one position for the week. And I would love to explain how I took this position, starting from the higher time frame, talking you through to the lower time frame. Now, when we come to the daily time frame, this is what I was looking, because I saw a common pattern within this this pair, that it tends to bounce and then pushes to the upside, bounce then pushes to the upside. So I was looking into these small details, like here it bounced then pushed to the upside, bounced pushed to the outside, to the upside, bounced pushed to the upside. Same occurrence happened over here. So I see most people really confused when they hear patterns. Patterns does not mean necessarily drawings. Patterns refers to common behaviors that you see in the market. So the drawings are just illustrations that give us clarity on what to concentrate and what to focus on. Okay, now just understanding that we are positioned nicely at a great value area, whereby the price just created that double bottom formation, then pushed to the upside, just as what it has been doing. I came then to the H4 time frame and then saw that, okay, we had this clear reversal structure, which we call it a descending structure, right? For those who are trading the patterns and market structures, right? So this is what I saw. Then I saw that we responded from an earlier value, and then price did not end there. Later, we had something like this. We had a clear push to the upside, and now we had to see this continuation, because as the price to really move forward, it needs more volume. So as the volume is created is how the market is now moving. Okay, so from here I saw that, okay, we have now a clear continuation that is confirming to us that we are likely to keep pushing to the same direction that we want to, and maybe coming back to this first inflection point, or coming back to this area, and maybe to these areas, and sometimes pushing even further. So I normally use this trick because I learned it from my mentor, and this is what I learned. When you just measure this previous impulse and then just kind to put it over there from the pattern that you see, normally, more often than not, it moves at least 50% of that particular move, if not 100% of it. So after I saw something of this sort, is when now I started looking into this particular position. Now there was technically an entry in this particular trade, which was over here with this 1 hour. So there was an entry over there, which I missed that one, because we could have entered over there, and then our stop loss just could be over there, and then took advantage of that. But from what this particular pair has been showing us, like its common behavior, especially knowing that this was a more of a pennant continuation or pennant flag, I really saw that that was kind of our first touch, that was our kind of our second touch, and that over there was like nearly counted it as our 2 touch, or maybe let's call it a 3 touch, right? But what I was playing over here, I was looking if the market could do something of this sort, just come back to these kind of areas, because here we had a slightly near miss to that particular touch. So if anything, there is a chance of this price creating a mini double bottom within the pattern itself. So I was playing to see if we get a mini double bottom, and in my morning forecasting I shared that exactly on how I'm looking. So what I was playing was that, because if we can get that, that means that we have clear touches. That will be our first touch, that will be our second touch, and that over there will act as our third touch, because taking a reduced risk over here, it increases the risk within itself, because you cannot have enough room to manage the trade. So it was a kind of a little bit trickier. So I was really happy that if we move from here where I showed you, this was our entry, that one. If we move from there and then push to the upside, then I'll be looking for other continuation down the line. But if we get what I've just forecasted, which was this, something like this, then that is what I was looking exactly. Then let us see what exactly happened. Price started doing something like this, price started doing something like this. Then we started forming slowly, price taking its time to really move toward those particular area, and then finally we got what we were looking in the first place. So we had something of this, so the price really extended to this sort. So at this stage I saw, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, because with this impasse and the volume that we see over here which has been created, and most importantly that was our first clear 1 hour continuation flag in the sense, then it gave us a lot of opportunity to really take advantage of the next run to the upside. So before I explain on how I entered, I wanted just to flip the chart, because I know with the system that we are using, most people see shorts than long position. So you could have seen something like this if that is what you were looking, or you could see that more clearly. So what I played over here was clearly, which was the first touch, second touch, and the third touch. So I waited for that 1 hour candle close, in which we retraced this previous bearish for over 100%. So what I decided just to opt, I decided just to opt taking the trade with the risk entry, because with the reduced risk entry over here, just putting entry over there and stop loss just underneath, it was there technically, but I did not feel that confident into playing that position. So what I opted just to take for the risk entry, but I'm not saying that the reduced risk entry was not there. It was good and still valid to take, and perfect. If anyone took that, I'm really happy for them and really happy for you. So the only thing that I just played on my end is this one. Let me show you exact. I entered over there. So after we closed, I just entered over there, and my stop loss just underneath over there. Just to put this correct, yeah, my stop loss just was over there for about 12. So what I was playing, that I was looking if that becomes the type of price that just impasses, and then we just reach around this kind of areas, it gives me way more better room for me to really kind of manage this particular trade more better than just putting over there, which was not a big difference, because we are still let us look over there. If we just take if we just took over there, right, and then our stop loss just to the same exact area for 22, did we had enough room to manage? Slightly, there was a room over there, but according to my personality, I could have waited for more, because I love trading, or I mean not trading, managing trade whenever they run nearly 1%. And then I was tagged in like so, just by a pip, and then price started doing something like that, and then we started to see some movements, we started to see some movements. At this stage, I moved my stop loss to break even, because we are nearly swap hours. So I knew that I would not be maybe at the screen. Then we saw that sudden retrace, but I wasn't tagged out, and then we saw something of that again. We saw the price just moving like so again. Then we saw movement like that one, and then we saw something like that. And at this stage, we moved around that particular area, which we are running nearly 2%. So at this stage, I locked in 1 point, I locked in 1.5. Yes, it was 1.5. Yes, yes, just over there. Yes, 1.5, and then we proceeded. Price started moving, and then price responded around that particular area, and at this stage I saw that we have hit these areas, and we are quite so close around these areas, and at this stage we are running nearly 3%, right? We are running nearly 3%. So what I did is that after seeing that, I just logged in to, it was 2%, I do believe. Yes, it was 2% over there, and then I saw price doing something like that again, I started to be a little bit aggressively, so I locked in again just behind that particularly movement for 2.5, and then again price just approached. I left the price over there, and then this exactly what happened. The price just pushed to the upside, and I think to be very fair, because I was taken out with 2.5, so I do believe at this stage I just managed it around this particular area. So I was removed by this kind over here, I do believe, if I can remember correctly, because I did not yes, this one. Oh, sorry, I want just to put it exact so that you can see it. Yes, yeah, I was removed by this particular candle over here for 2.5, because if I could have managed it in a more relaxed way, then I could have locked even more. But considering the fact that we were around this particular first value area, I just decided to be a little bit aggressive. And here is the lesson: whenever you see like you are at a value area, or even not at a value area, you see the oh sorry, you see the price, okay, you see the price just from something like this. Okay, let me just wind it from here so that you can get the lesson. When you see the price just impasses and then it retraces, it's giving you an indication that you should be a little bit aggressive with your management, especially when you are approaching these value areas or nearly, because it's telling you that we are likely to turn around. Okay, so that's why on my end I just took the message from that, and then from the next candle I just managed it aggressively, and then I was tagged out from that next candle over there. But nevertheless, we played out for 4 point something, which if I just manage it loosely, maybe I could have taken out over here for 3 point something or 3%. That is what I could have. But nevertheless, it's not a big difference. 2.5 one is not that big huge difference compared to 3%. So yeah, that's the meaning of understanding what you are understanding in the first place. So that's how I took that particular trade, and let me know in the comment section, how did you manage the trade and what do you think about the management as well. And if there is any other question, please do let me know, and I'll be more than happy to really kind of answer that.